What's up, knife nuts, balisong boys and girls, folder fanatics? It's old Sluggy coming at you. Hope y'all are doing well. So I wanted to take just a moment to recognize the work of my good friend and fantastic knife maker, Emmanuel Legun, also known as ELB. And he also has probably another name when it's pronounced correctly in French. Apart from having three cool names, he makes an unbelievable knife. While my focus here will be primarily on the folders, and specifically on one aspect of the folders, I'd like to pay homage to the balisong. In the US, he's far more famous for his balisongs, and in Europe, I believe he is more well known for his folders. This balisong holds a very special place in my heart. It is a Pro Flipper that he did specifically for Don't Stop Now Productions, the handle that I'm a part of. This knife holds a very special place in my heart. It is an ELB Pro Flipper as well, slightly shorter with a whole pattern, modded by one of my dearest friends and finest modders in the world, Dave Kaleri at DCB Blade Works. This is one of, if not the most special pieces in my collection. This is the first ever Pro Flipper, the first ever balisong that Manu made. But what we're really here to focus on today are his folders. And more specifically, the consistency and quality control. Perhaps no other knife maker in the world, including production knife companies like Riat Knives and We Knives, has better quality control. Part of the beauty of custom knives is that two knives, three knives from the same maker can all feel slightly different. They can have a slightly different detent, a little stronger, little harder, medium. They can all be perfect, but in slightly different ways. At the same time, I find it absolutely mind-blowing that a custom knife maker can create the same exact feel on every single one of his knives. They all have, in my opinion, a perfect detent, action, fall shut. And you'll see what I mean here in a second. I want you guys to look as I go through these four knives and watch how they all act in an extraordinarily similar way. This is his most recent model, the Fury. Go back to the previous model. This is the Coyote. So again, this personal opinion, the action of his knives is perfect. Coefficient of friction on the fall shut is absolutely perfect. So like I said, not even Riat Knives, my favorite production company, and the production company along with We that I feel like does the best overall quality control in the world, not even they match Manu's consistency and precision. Now this is a very slim Persian prototype, so you might see a very slight difference here. Nope, never mind. I know what it is. Sometimes when I go to fire it, I will kind of catch the blade here, but using the middle finger, for example, you notice how they all just fall shut on their own, but very slowly. It's like they need a little time. Now we'll go to the very first ELB folder that I got, which I have had for almost as long as I have been collecting. This is also a Persian. In my opinion, custom knives are too personal to really have an overall definition of who is the greatest maker. I think it's better to focus on the aspects that certain makers do extraordinarily well. And that is really what this video is about. I just wanted to show the work of a maker who I believe has the finest consistency and quality control when it comes to action, fall shut, and detent of anyone in the world or any company in the world. And it just so happens that those elements fit my parameters of perfection. Manu and I are good friends. He is one of 3 makers, so I would consider my closest friend and favorite makers. But, you know, I've never met him in person. You know, it's not like we've hung out at the bars or traveled abroad together and I've gotten to know his personality inside and out. I don't sleep next to him in bed, even though I wish I did. I'm not in his shop. So I don't know what he's like behind the scenes in his shop. But I do know a good amount about psychology and personality traits. And if I had to take a gander, I would say that this is one crazy motherfucker. Just for the record, crazy is a good word in my vocabulary. You just do not get this level of perfection without being extremely obsessive. Coming from someone who has OCD, I would be willing to bet that he has his fair share as well. So there we have it. Quick or not so quick breakdown on what I think makes Emmanuel ELB one of the finest knife makers of all time. His detent and his action, and the fall shut, the friction, the coefficient of friction is c'est parfait, c'est magnifique. Et Manu, je t'aime et j'adore que tu papillon, que tu de folder, je dois que tu de